Welcome back, my 7th grade advanced students. Let's go ahead and work these problems. I got all the odd ones tonight. Number 7 starts with, you are going to use an inclined plane to lift a heavy object on top of a shelving unit with a height of 6 feet. The base of the inclined plane is 16 feet from the shelving unit. What is the length of the inclined plane, which we will call C, round to the nearest tenth? Well, if we do this, we see that we got the Pythagorean theorem that we're going to use to find the hypotenuse. So first of all, we're going to take 6 squared. We're going to multiply it to 60, and then add it to 16 squared, and that's going to give us what C squared is. 6 squared is pretty easy. 6 times 6, that's 36. 16 squared, not so much. I'm going to grab the calculator for this one really quick. And 16 squared is going to give us 256. 256 plus 36 equals 292. So this would be 292 down here. This was still C squared. And let's see, this is still going to be C squared. Now we have to remember that we're going to be getting the square root of. So getting the square root of both of these will, that's like doing putting the square root sign over both of them. And the square root with the square, of course, just leaves C. Now the square root of 292, we had 292 here, and we find the square root. That gives us 17.08. So we're rounding the nearest tenth. So since we have an 8 over here, that's going to be a 1. It's going to be 17.1. So the length of the inclined plane is about 17.1. All right, let's move on. It's like I got, since I did number 7, I'm going to have to figure out what happened to the rest of these. Oh, looks like number 9's over here. I might have put these out of order. That's number 18. Let's see here. Sorry about this. 9, 12, 13, 14. I'm going to have to go and put these back in order the right way. I'm going to put pause right now so I figure out what I did wrong. All right, I got that all fixed. Let's get on to number 9 now. A stainless steel patio heater is shaped like a square pyramid. Okay, a square pyramid. Remember, a square-based pyramid will have a square at the bottom of it. So let's just get a little room here to work. A square-based pyramid will have the bottom in the shape of a square. So we know this bottom is going to come about like that. All right. And it says the length of one side of the base is 19.8. So the length of one side of the base, 19.8. Since it's a square, we know that all the sides must be 19.8. Now it says the slant height is 92.8. So that means this side over here, going up to the point, is going to be 92.8. I'm going to make that 8 just a little bit better because I was pretty sloppy. Okay. Now it says, what is the height of the heater? They want to know what is the height going up and down of the heater. Okay. So let's go ahead and view this for a second from a side view. All right. From a side view, this heater is going to be like this, right? And one side is 19.8. the side we said was 92.8. All right. So what we have to do is take this and split it right down perpendicular. Now this tells me I've got the hypotenuse and the base, because if the whole base is 19.8, then half of it has to be 8.4. So what we're looking at now is half, right, a right triangle where the base is, let's see, oh, I'm sorry, half of 19.8 actually is going to be, well, let's do the math, 19.8 divided by 2, that's going to give us 9, because that's going to give us 18, and then it's going to give us 18 again, which will give us another 9, so 9.9, all right? So we know this is going to be 9.9. We already know the slant height was 92.8. Now we're trying to find that last leg, which we'll call B. Remember our formula for a right triangle. Pythagorean theorem says it's a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So a squared we see is 9.9 squared. B squared, we have no idea what that is yet. We do know that c squared is going to be 92.8 squared. All right, so let's go redo these numbers here with the calculator. We know that 9.9 squared, 9.9 squared is 98.01. So this is 98.01. We're adding that to b squared, and that has to equal 92.8 squared. 92.8 squared, wow, that's 8,611.84. 8,611.84. 8,611.84. Make sure I got that right. Yep. So now we're going to have to subtract 98.01 from both sides. And that'll tell us what b squared is. I'm going to move this work over here. This means that b squared is going to equal, let's see, we're taking this and subtracting 98.04, I'm sorry, 0.01. That's going to give us 851383. 851383. 8513.83. Double check it. Okay, and now we've got to find the square of that. Okay, so we're going to be squaring b squared and squaring this. That'll leave b by itself, and that's going to equal, let's find out. We're going to find the square root. That is, remember, I think we're rounding up to the nearest tenth here for all of these. So I'm going to go at 92 point, since this is 7, this would be a 3, 92.3. And it did say 7 through 8. Didn't really say anything about 9, did it? But I'm going to double check just to make sure that there wasn't some instruction I left out. And there was not, so it will be 92.3 is B. All right, so that means this. What is the height of it? 92.3 inches. All right, let's move on to number 11. It says Felipe is making a triangle, a stained glass window. He made the design shown, but wants to change it. Felipe wants to move the purple triangle to the corner. All right. The purple piece has a side length of 4.5. So let's just say got 4.5. 6 inches. So in fact, since this is smaller, we'll probably want this to be 4.5. We'll make this one 6 inches since it looks like it's longer. And a hypotenuse of 7 inches. Right? So it says, can the purple piece be moved to the corner? Can the purple piece be moved to the corner? So can the purple? So in other words, if I took this piece here and I wanted to put it here, would it work? Would it be a right angle? So we're going to have to go ahead and see if, well, a squared plus b squared will equal c squared. All right, so a squared turned out to be 4.5 squared. B squared turned out to be 6 squared. And we want to know, does that equal 7 squared? Two of these are pretty easy. I know that 7 squared is 49. I also know that 6 squared is 36. And the one I have to really find out is what is 4.5 squared. So I'll look that up. 4.5 squared give me 20.5. And we can already see this isn't going to work out because these two together here are going to equal 56.5. And that does not equal 49. So explain, it would be because, let's see, 4.5 squared plus 6 squared does not equal 7 squared. All right, let's go to number 13. 13 says, the corner of the room where two walls meet the floor should be a right angle, okay? The corner of the room where two walls meet the floor should be a right angle, okay? Ooh, that's ugly. Okay. Says one wall is 3 inches from the corner. Oh, excuse me, one mark is 3 inches from the corner. The other is 4 inches from the corner. How can Jeff use the Pythagorean theorem to see if the walls form a right angle? Okay. Well, this one's pretty easy because most of us have figured out now that if we take 3 square, we add it to 4 square, we're going to get 5 square. right? And that will make a right angle because we know that 9 plus 16 is going to equal 25. All right? So how can Jeff use Pythagorean theorem to see if the walls are right? We take 3 squared plus 4 squared, and we see that it equals 5 squared. And let's see, I think 14 is yours to do. Yep. So that means I'm done for the night. The rest are yours. Good luck, and I'll see you in class.